The people that won't practice today are Trey with his ankle, and then Xavier Worthy is sick, so those guys won't go. Everybody else will practice. Look for the challenge of playing the Raiders. It is the Raiders, and so we understand that, and it doesn't really matter what the records are. It's still those two teams playing each other, and I'm sure it'll be a good game to watch. So with that, time's yours.
How much of Sunday do you think is going to be a lot geared towards evaluating younger players, because it is the last game, and specifically a running back like Damian Pierce? Are you looking to get him some action this week?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. He'll be in there. He'll practice, and he's been doing that gradually, working him in. So making sure that he's comfortable with what we're doing. And I mean, there's a chance that he would have a chance to get up there. But Herbie, I got to see that as we go here. Right? See how he does in the rest of practices here.
Andy, how much of a reward is it for some of these guys that are practice squad players or just guys that worked all year to finally actually play the game, given the circumstances though, but they are being able to play an NFL game? How much of a reward is it?
Yeah. I think for their careers, it's great to get stuff on tape, plays on tape, and I think from an evaluation process for Brett and the coaches, I think it's a good time to look at them in a game, a real game. It's different than preseason. It's different than training camp and so on. Yeah.
Because you guys are not in playoff contention, have you started the scheme eval, player evaluation for this season already, or will that be something that you do following Sunday?
Get through this game here, and then you do all that.
Andy, is there any sort of strange feeling just knowing that you guys simply don't know when your last game is unless it's a Super Bowl? Is there any sort of strange feeling for you personally on that?
Yeah, I want to keep that a strange feeling. So, So you don't like ending right now, obviously, but that's what it is. And then you got to go back and fix things, make sure they're right.
And is there a chance that Jalen Moore returns to the starting lineup this week?
I'll tell you here as we go through the week, but he's going to be out there today and doing his thing.
Eddie, how cognizant are coaches when it comes to bonuses and incentives and players' contracts coming down toward the end of the season?
Yeah. Don't worry about all that. Just go play, right?
We talked a little bit on the Zoom about Chris, getting a full week this week. What have you seen from him these last couple of days? Comfort level and all that stuff. It's been a weird kind of ramp up for him.
Yeah. So, first day back here. We did a little yesterday, but not much. We'll do more today. I think every day that he has an opportunity to do it, he's better at it. And, we went through the walkthrough, gave him a new load here to pick up, and he handled the verbal part of it.
And you've had a full year now with Richard. Just looking ahead, do you see him more as a receiver or as a running back? What do you see as long?
I think both. I think a good off season of strength training and eating right and doing all those things that you need to do to play that position over extended period of time, I think will benefit him.
Is there somebody you compare him to in the past that's done both like that?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Right off the top, I can't give it to you.
Along those same lines, though, Jesse here does bring up the past. In Philly, you did have guys who were highly versatile. Brian Westbrook, Sean McCoy is a young guy. How often do you find yourself asking your young running backs to watch how you utilize these versatile guys in your scheme?
Yeah, what we try to do is put them in that position. If we have the cut-ups on them, then we show it to them. Listen, he's been a wide receiver. He's different than the other guys, where he's actually played that position. So there are a few more things you can do with him. I don't bring up names. I don't want to insult any of those guys because they're all great players, and he's just starting off here. So.
As we mentioned it before, but with Pat's injury, the offseason quarterback is going to be rather important. I guess, what has Chris showed you to maybe be in that mix, to be that role? Yeah,
I think this game will be another audition for that. So I think that's good. He did a nice job last week, and the time he had to execute and jump in there the week before. So we'll just see where see where he continues to grow at.
Coach, off the NFL side, and I'm not sure if you had a chance to talk to him, but Kyle Whittingham, your old teammate, is Utah forever. He's going to be the Michigan coach now. Have you talked to him about kind of that move, that challenge?
Yeah, I have. I think it's great for the university. I think it's a great move for him. I think that's a win-win, both sides. I knew he wanted to still coach, and he's going to do phenomenal up there. You know, just got to switch colors. He's got to get used to wearing that blue again.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
fire away.
Chris, how's a full week of preparation been for you as you get set for your final? And do you think of it as an audition for next year too?
Oh yeah, I mean you could think about it like that, but really my sole focus is on this week and ending the season the right way. I think finishing off with the win will be really good for us, heading forward into the off season and give us some confidence. And so I'm really looking forward to playing the Raiders this week.
Your perspective, what you can accomplish with a full week, aside from the obvious, with just the one day of practice.
Yeah, I mean, definitely get on more of the same page with all the receivers and stuff like that, and really just dialing into the playbook. When you have that short week, you're sort of just cramming everything into 24 hours to get down. So to have a full week's going to be great. We have a good plan moving forward, so I'm excited about a full week.
When after you threw the touchdown pass to Richard, I didn't see it. He dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Is your first touchdown? Was his first touchdown? Where's the ball?
It's here, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to divvy that up still. But that was the first thing I saw too when he scored. He dropped the ball, but I was so excited for him, and we just scored. I sort of left it too, but Kareem ended up coming off the field and getting the ball for us.
You're supposed to get that ball.
Yeah, no, usually you do, but no, it was just raw emotions right there.
Chris, can you think back to your rookie season? You got drafted by the Steelers. Who called you, and talk about your arrival in Kansas City that year?
So yeah, I was with the Steelers, and then I ended up getting cut, and the first person to call me was Matt Nagy. And I had already built a relationship a little bit with him, through the pre-draft process, and so I was familiar with him. Obviously loved Kansas City, and they seemed to like me. And when he called me, he was like, "Hey, what do you think about being a Chief?" And that was something that I sort of always envisioned, sort of backing up Pat and getting in here and learn from, Coach Reid and Nags and Girardi. So it was sort of a surreal moment when I got over here.
How much was that, Andy's ability to develop backup quarterbacks into something that may be able to start, if not here, somewhere else?
Yeah, it's invaluable. I mean, I think Coach Reid, his resume speaks for itself with QBs and the teams he's led and backup quarterbacks that have gone on to, play well in other places as well. So that's always an opportunity that you don't want to miss if you have someone to learn from, like Coach Reid.
Chris, I think Andy called you a kid the other day. I'm sure it's just relative, but how much do you feel like you're pretty seasoned by now, even though these are your first few games, that the last few years sort of prepare you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, if I look back and if I was thrust into this spot my rookie year, I'm like, would I be ready? I mean, I'd like to think I was, but definitely learning the last 4 years and just being in the system, watching, Pat, Coach Reid, Nags, and just even the guys like Trav that have been here for a long time, see how they go about their business has really helped me, on the field and off the field as well, just being a professional, learning good study habits and things like that.
Chris, what have you learned from the 2 games you played in that you can take into this game, just when you look at the tape back with those companies?
I think the thing that I take the most from it is that I belong in the league. When you don't play for 4 years, your mind can sort of wander. Man, am I really supposed to be here? Should I be somewhere else? You're not really sure because you haven't done it. So to go out there and actually do it versus Denver is obviously one of the best defenses in the league, and then playing versus a really good D-line versus the Titans, and their defense was good. So it's when you go out there and do it versus guys that are starters and all pros and Pro Bowls, it gives you that confidence, like, I do belong here. So I think that's what I've taken the most from it, just sort of play by play, and, whatever happens, happens.
These are 2 teams on the outside looking in. I guess what would it mean for you and the team to close out the year with a win of maybe get into the offseason on the right foot?
Yeah, it'd be huge. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a AFC West opponent. It's a rivalry game versus the Raiders, and so both teams are going to come out swinging. Obviously the narrative is that the Raiders are going to lay down because they want the number 1 pick. That's not going to happen. The Raiders are going to come out there. They play really hard. The defense is really good. I think they have a really good DC, Patrick Graham. So none of us expect them to lay down, and we're both going to be, playing to win.
I know you try to prepare as a starter even when you were a backup, but has it felt different? Like just meeting rooms, things like that? I mean,
physically it definitely feels different. I'm actually out there breaking a sweat a little bit, so that's definitely different. But I'm even in the meeting rooms, I've always prepared, like any play I can play, and so my preparation hasn't changed from that standpoint. But physically, yes, you're definitely taking all the reps, and you're in there. So,
as far as getting to go out there and play, Coach said he see incentives and things like that some of these guys have. But
Mhm.
do you know that there's a couple incentives out there for some of these guys, and Travis is like 56 yards away from second place and all that tight ends?
Yeah, you hear about it, and obviously I want that for those guys. I really do. If that's how the game is going, and those guys get those those records and incentives, that's something that I would love to be a part of for them. But also, we're just playing the game. I don't think we're going out of our way to scheme up any magic plays for those guys. Make sure they hit that. So I'm pulling for those guys. Definitely if they're open, I'm gonna try to get it for them. But at the end of the day, we're just gonna play by play, and whatever happens, happens.
Good. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Nick, you played a pretty exceptional game there against the Broncos. Just how important was it for you not only just to make sure the young guys knew, but for yourself to know that even though you guys were out of it, to play as hard as you possibly can, and how much you carried that over into this last game against the Raiders?
Yeah, you just want to end the year on a positive note. I've been saying it all the last couple of weeks, so energy and effort, things we can't control, especially on the defense side of the ball. And my group, man, I just want to make sure we show up when we do that. Yeah, guys are having fun, man. Like I said, the room changes year to year. Everybody changes year to year, so you're just enjoying that time you have together. You don't want to miss a moment. Yeah, just cherishing the time we have.
With Jeffrey Vasa potentially getting more time, especially on Sunday, just what did you see from his limited snaps in the game against the Broncos, and just what's it been like to try to bring him along the way this season?
Yeah, you definitely understand. He's learning the scheme out there early in the game. he's out there giving me checks and calls and kind of things that throughout the week that we've kind of been working on. So definitely reassuring as a middle linebacker to have somebody paying attention throughout the week. And also just kind of when the weeks really didn't matter that much, for him, he wasn't playing that much. So having somebody who's been locked in on the game plan week in and week out, kind of making sure he's on his P's and Q's, man. I'm super proud of him for that. Obviously, a little bit limited snaps, so hopefully we get him in there a little bit more and kind of see what he can do a little bit.
Nick, can you walk us through your interception?
Yeah, we're playing a little bit of man coverage. Quarterback got out the pocket. Charles did a good job of making him evade. Opposite of his, I guess we say, throwing hand across his body. Fulton made a heck of a play, burst into the ball. Ended up getting, I think, his right hand on it, diving on it, and the ball got tipped up. And just playing ball after that, just catch the ball and get in bounds.
Did you think to yourself, of all the interceptions I grabbed, that's finally the one I got?
Yeah, that's what I said. Might be one of the hardest ones I had all year in terms of attempting to catch it, but I caught it. But yeah, I've been trying to say all week after week, and that's going to happen. It's going to happen. So happy I finally got one.
How about Fulton's game overall?
Yeah.
What did you think of the way he played?
Yeah, he came in, man. He played hard. I think he had a pretty good game, honestly. Had a couple PBUs, broke up a couple completions, broke up a touchdown pass that we needed. Him and B. Cook. So I thought he played great, man. Played with great energy, great effort, and obviously having a veteran guy and playing a lot of ball. I'm just going to go out there and just letting it loose and cutting loose, man. I think he played a great game for us.
You got your eyes on the whole defense, I guess. How do you feel that Gelati and Noel Williams can take the next step, and help you guys in 2026?
Yeah, obviously you got a whole offseason, and you got to go through the whole offseason process. But just pertaining for this game, man, just being locked in on the game plan, controlling what they can control, whether it be if they play 40 snaps, 4 snaps, whatever it is. Just make sure you just maximize your opportunities. And in this profession, you are what your film says you are. So I just kind of just building every single day, week to week, and just give them a chance to bring something positive into next year.
Nick, how valuable is Brian Cook for you, given your guys' roles as like the communicators?
Yeah.
And how much would you love to see him come back next season, given he's a upcoming free agent?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the room changes year to year, but having Brian Cook in the back end, especially since we lost Jay Reid, having that voice of somebody getting guys lined up, getting people in line. He's got a lot on his plate week to week, and just coming in every single week and putting his best foot forward and getting everybody lined up in the back end. If it's, like we always say, if we're all wrong, we're all right. He does a great job of just making sure we're all on the same page, getting guys lined up in the secondary, and we're just out there playing fast. So having him in the back end definitely gives me a lot of reassurance in terms of just turning my back around. If I do a signal or something, he's going to get it communicated across the board. So, yeah, B. Cook's been great for us.
How much have you embraced those young players and the rookies coming to you for advice on what to do and what to be lined up and how do you embrace that role as you transition to a better?
Yeah, it's been honestly pretty cool. I was making a joke with Drew last week that I looked in the huddle. I'm looking around, and everybody else is like way younger than me. But yeah, I'm looking around, and everybody's just like looking at me with big eyes and stuff like that. But just part of the profession, man. It's pretty fun, man. See a lot of people go out there chasing their dreams, man. Just super excited to be out there in that moment. Just cherishing the time and just making sure they just have a great experience, making sure I can do my part, and make sure they have a good game or have a confident game and play a confident game. So, yeah, man, super cool.
This is obviously it's a position you're not used to being in with this team the entire time you've been here. And down to this end here, there's a bunch of guys on injured reserve. Some of the guys maybe don't want to play. You seem to fight to get back in there all the time. What is it about football and you, and no matter what the stakes are, that you want to be out there for all of you?
Yeah, that's just kind of my story, just my life. My parents, my siblings, just like never taking an opportunity for granted. Everything changes. Life can change in a blink. You can have the ability to play football today, can take away from you tomorrow. So I just kind of take that to heart. Just kind of go out there and play every snap like it's my last, and I put them all on the line for the team, for the guys. Everybody's fighting for the one dream, and obviously we went to win the Super Bowl, but everybody's also trying to provide for a family. So as much as I can do that to help them out, and I'm also doing that for my family as well. So I'm going to go out there and take advantage of every opportunity I have.
Nick, speaking of Super Bowl victories, your team is undefeated at Allegiant Stadium. What is it about this trip that you guys have been so successful?
Honestly, man, I mean, you heard it for a long time, the Raiders and the Chiefs rivalry. They make sure the fans here keep it fresh. Coaching staff and fans also keep it fresh. So we just go out there with a mindset. We're going to go out there and win for our fans, our team. We just want to play good football. It doesn't really matter about location. Obviously, we've won a Super Bowl there and stuff like that. But we're going there with the same mindset regardless of the opponent or who we're playing, or location. Just want to go out there and execute the game plan and try to win 1-0 that week.
Nick, back to Brian Cook for a second. I think you used to say that he was always loud, even if he didn't have it right.
Yeah.
But he was always calling it out. How much has that changed, and how much is his conviction now good about what he's seeing out there.
Yeah, we all got a lot of stuff going on in terms of sack scheme and stuff that we're trying to get lined up pre-snap. But yeah, he's a, for sure 15 times more right than he is wrong in terms of getting guys lined up. And obviously, I have my back turned a lot, and I don't see the whole formation. So there's times I'm giving him a signal. He's like, no, like this is a little bit better for us in this call. So obviously, he's definitely been evolving year to year. This year's obviously taking big steps in terms of just making sure everybody's on the same page, and including me. There's some things that, based off formation or stuff like that, that can be slightly different on how I see it versus how he sees it. And he sees it for a bigger picture than I do. So having an opportunity to kind of communicate with him throughout the week and stuff like that, you can kind of get a better feel for stuff like that. And yeah, he's doing a great job.
Do you think that's kind of the biggest growth in his game, that he really sees it in a completely right now?
Honestly, his biggest part, I think, is just trusting his eyes and trusting his instincts. This year, I think I've definitely seen that take off in terms of just trusting his eyes getting downhill. There's a play last week where he's coming from the right hash on a run play and making a tackle line of scrimmage on Harvey and the running back. With those things like that, is just trusting his eyes, shooting his gun, trusting what he sees, and going out there playing fast. I think that's been the biggest step in his game.
Anything else? Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, thank you.
go for Creed.
What's the best part watching guys like Essa and Chu get like real opportunities, and then how do you sort of walk them through a game when so many of these experiences are new and fresh?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome to see them grow over the past couple of weeks. Being able to get some real valuable reps throughout these past couple of weeks has been awesome, and it's been against, great edge rushers too. So seeing them progress and seeing them improve each week, it's been awesome. See, I couldn't be more proud of them.
Andy Reid said earlier that when he was asked about does this feel strange being the last game, he's like, you want to keep it strange. I'm sure that's kind of the mentality that you guys have, but is it kind of a weird feeling that knowing that this is the last game of the season?
Yeah, definitely. It is weird. I mean, in my 5 years now, every single other year we've been at least to the AFC Championship, so it definitely feels different. But for us, it's about focusing on this week, going out there and playing our best ball of the year, and finishing the season the right way.
What drives you to feel like your sort of integrity of play is what it should be, even though there's really nothing at stake the same way it's been? How do you do that?
Yeah, well, it's my job to go out there and play my best ball every single week. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to go out there and give it my best every single week. That's what I'm paid to do, and so yeah, for me, it's an easy decision to go out there and play. If you're on the field, you should be playing to win. So yeah.
Does it come with any extra challenge when it's like this? Like, I got to reach back?
Yeah, I don't really think so. For me, it's just focusing on being in the present, making sure you're doing the right things, in the present. Don't focus on the future, don't focus on the past. Just focus on what you're doing and the task at hand right now.
Coach told us on Monday on the Zoom that, like, Trey's probably his ankle. Trey wants to play. Maybe not going to let him play this week. What have you seen from him this year, battling through all the things and, wanting to go out there and play, even though it maybe wasn't the smartest thing to do on Christmas?
Yeah, he's one of the toughest guys I've met. He battles through injuries. He does that, and he wants to show up and be a positive impact on the team. So I couldn't be more proud of Trey and how he's came out this year. Has handled the different injuries over the season and continued fighting on.
What have you felt from Chris Oladokun as he's kind of gotten thrown in the game, short week? Now it's like a real week of practice. I mean, what's he been like?
Yeah, no, he's been awesome. Chris is he's a great player and a great teammate. So seeing him get this opportunity has been awesome, and he's made some great plays. He's done a great job coming in every day, being a good leader for this team. Focusing on making sure he's ready for Sunday or Thursday last week. But just making sure he's ready to roll. He's been awesome with it, and he's not someone that's taking it for granted. He's coming in, putting his best foot forward every day.
Entering the season, I think a lot of the chatter on the line was the question of can Kingsley do this? What has it meant to see him really take that challenge and prove he could?
Yeah, he's been awesome this year, and seeing him just improve at a new position he's never played, improve each week throughout the season. He's been awesome, and it's been a blast playing with him this season. Getting to know him better, playing right by him, things like that. Great teammate, great person, great football player. So it's been awesome to see him improve each week.
Creed, how important is your personal starting streak, and do you even remember the last time you missed a start going back to college?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I missed a start, to be honest. But no, it's not something I think about too much. For me, it's just about focusing on playing this game. So I don't even really know what number I'm at or anything. So for me, it's just about going out there and being ready to play every week.
Creed, this is 5 years now for you. What's the best part of Travis as a teammate that maybe we don't see on game days?
Yeah, I mean, aside from being, the elite talent that he is on the field, he's also just a great human being. He's a guy that you can lean on. He's someone that you can, if you're having trouble with stuff, he can help. He can help you fix things. He's someone that's easy to talk to, someone that makes you feel, comfortable as soon as you walk in the building. So he's awesome to be around. He's one of the guys that, initially set the culture here. When Coach Reid came in, and he's carried that torch for the past how many years he's been here, whatever it is, 20 years. But but no, he's been awesome to have in the building, awesome to have as a teammate, and it's been great.
Is there an example where, like you said, he helped you fix something in your game, or maybe another teammate, something that you maybe that you'll always sort of remember?
Yeah, just my first start. He's someone that came up to me, talked about going out there and playing confidently. saying you're good enough to do it. Go out there, play your ball. We know you're good enough to do it. Be confident in it. Have fun with it. He's one of those guys that he doesn't let the moment ever get too tense. He's someone that kind of just stays steady, and it's awesome to have as a leader someone that does that.
Kind of playing off along that, when you saw him run out there and everyone had, when the offensive players were getting announced, could you kind of sense that, when you guys were running out there, that like, oh man, he took a little time to realize that?
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention. But no, I mean, he has so many, unforgettable memories in this stadium and then on this team. It's been awesome to see him since I was, in high school watching him play. He's had so many memories. So just seeing him make plays still, doing all these things, it's been awesome to see. And hopefully he's back next year. So we'll see. But yeah, no, just seeing what he's done, it's been awesome.
It's been, I'm sure, very odd that Patrick's been rehabbing and all that stuff. Has he tried to poke his head in the meeting room? Has he been around? Have you communication about like game plans or anything?
Yeah, definitely. He's been around. He's still helping out, leading guys. So he's been awesome to have, even through injury, when he's not out there, in every meeting, in the practices, all those things. He's still in the building, being able to talk to guys, and it's been great. So he's been awesome to have around.
Anybody else? Last one.
You guys have never lost at Allegiant Stadium. Can you put your finger on why you're so successful in Vegas?
Yeah, no, I can't think of any specific reason. For us, it's just about making sure we're in the right mindset. It's a rivalry game. It's a good team. So for us, it's making sure we're putting our best foot forward every time we go there.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Happy New Year.